What's good? What's good, guys? It's your boy Jones. We're back at it one time. Get on here and make a quick live video, letting people know tonight's Zoom class will be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're on the West Coast time, that means you're 3 hours behind me. So when it's 8 p.m. here, it is 5 p.m. where you're at. Okay. When you're on, I think the eastern side of Texas. Okay. When you're on the eastern side of Texas, you're 1 hour behind me. So that means it'll be 7 p.m. where you're at. If you're on the west side of Texas, that's like Central Time, all the way up to Milwaukee, you're 2 hours behind me. So instead of 8 p.m. here, it'd be 6 p.m. there. Okay. Tonight's class will be about the introduction of how to properly access your court, meaning wherever state you in, whatever county you in, you're going to understand how to make the right pleadings. We'll break down what type of pleading are you going to be sending to the court. We're going to show you what your local rules are, how to find them, and how to understand them. We also going to show you how to really with the civil codes, federal civil procedures, what those actually mean, how to break them down, and you don't have to go into a specific detail. We're gonna make it short and concise to where you can say this to anybody in any courtroom and they have to go by it because it's federal law. And this video is pertaining to child support. All right. Also, I will do one on custody later, but tonight we're gonna be talking about just child support. With that also being said, I'm going to show you when you make your payments tonight for a donation for Talai's video tonight. This class is to educate you on things you don't fundamentally know and not skipping steps. A lot of students of mine, clients, have had trouble at times, other people, or trying to do things because they wasn't properly taught. Everybody teaches different, but tonight I'm going to show you proper steps, proper court etiquette. Everybody think that you could just come in there all willingly and no, stop. There's something called the code of conduct. You have to show respect to the court. The court has to show respect to you. When you start here, they're starting here. Start here and then you build your way up. From the bottom to the top, understand how to be punctual, how to take your matter very serious. Don't put it on somebody else's shoulders. Put it on your shoulders because this is yours, okay? They tell you it is your job with the burden of proof. So when you come in there, you need to be structured. You need to have actual evidence, tangible things that you could present to the party to your left of you and the judge, okay? When you file your paperwork, a lot of people say that they're getting things mixed up, that the judge have it. No, the judge don't have it. He has a court file or whatever. If you want something specifically, make multiple copies. I don't care. If you want to be off something, and a lot of you don't understand how you got on there, we need to understand how to properly access the court, because we can break all down the due process later and other things they did. That's the easy part. But a lot of people don't understand how to access their court in the county they are. Okay. Understanding your county local rules, that's when you can bring in your constitution. That's when you can bring in your rights. That's when you can bring in the tangible things. You have to learn how to properly speak to the court officials in there, and you don't know how to properly speak. When you want them to ask questions, we're going to break that down tonight. You need to, like I said, you need to understand how to properly break down what you're trying to tell the support masters or the judge if you're in a judicial setting versus administrative setting. You need to know the difference between the two. Okay. Also, with that being said, structurally sound, everybody has to know when you go in there, it is your job to make sure the party that you're making your complaint or motion against has documentation, and you need to learn how to make sure that they have a documentation by a item that we're talking about tonight that proves that they got it. Returning service is not it. That's just say that you completed a process, but there's multiple processes as you go along, and you need to learn how to access your court correctly. A lot of people are skipping steps. They're trying to put stuff over here. It just doesn't fit. If it don't fit with that puzzle piece, it's not going to fit. That's why the puzzle piece was not designed for that. It was designed for somewhere else. So tonight, again, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right. The way you will pay for the class tonight will be Cash App or Zelle. Cash App, $ JONES VILLE 84. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to slow it down. $ JONES VILLE84. Okay. For my Zelle payers, okay, if you're going to pay by Zelle, you will use 704-657-5046. Okay. Tonight class will start at 8 p.m. You will get the passcode when you take a screenshot of your payment. You send it to my email address, which is JONESVILLE period Carolina CAROLINAS period freedom FREEDOM at gmail.com. It will be at below in the description. Anything I'm saying on this video, you can find it in the information at the subscription at the bottom. Also, you can send it to my Instagram page, which is Jonesboro Carolinas Freedom. Just type it in. I'm the only one with that name. It'll pull up. Send your screenshot of the payment directly to that inbox. Hey, we get your passcode. The meeting ID will be, let me see, is 382-299-6926. I'm going to say it again. 382-299-6926. Okay. Understanding that, okay, if people say what they say all the time is true about child support is not voluntary, then go look at your actual paternity. It says voluntary acknowledgement of paternity, voluntary paternity establishment. Everything that they're doing is voluntary until you understand. Let me give you a hidden gem. If you think I'm playing, I'm gonna give you the code. If you think I'm lying, go look at 45 CFR 302.70. Go down to 5 in parentheses, 3 little I's in parentheses, and look at capital A in parentheses and read that paragraph and watch what it tells you. Watch what it tells you. When you read those things in that specific, read, come down to 5, then you're going to see 3 little I's, read that whole passage. Then read capital A. You're going to know right then and there everything you just had in this life, you signed it away. What we have to do as people, I don't care what color you are, we got to stop signing things that we have no idea of what shit means. Okay? Again, tonight's class, 8 p.m. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Again, Cash App, $JONESVILLE84. Zelle payers, 704-657-5046. That is how you pay for tonight's class of a donation. If you want to, outside the class, you want to have a conversation with me, those are the 2 ways you can pay for a 30-minute donation, for a 30-minute conversation, based on if you're a little bit more well in tune or you just need more time. 60 minutes for a $100 donation. I guarantee you, I encourage people to go to the $100 donation unless you a little bit more familiar with child support or custody, to where you have a straightforward, concise question that I can give you a straightforward, concise answer, or I can take you and show you where it's at. Because the words on the paper mean what they mean. If you don't understand what they mean, they come over here. I also offer mentorship. What mentorship? That is 3 weeks of an hour and a half each day for 3 hours each week. That will give you total 9 hours. You'll have foundation on basics and things that you need to know that matter, and understand how to present your case and know what your case is, and point out everything that was fraudulent in your case. Pretty much to the point to where you can say anything to a support master, a commissioner, friend of the court, or any executive agency rather that's going over your situation, man. I wanted to take this video on a live stream and literally just go out here and tell the world, like, look, people are waking up, and then we can get rid of this word entitlement, that somebody think you have a right to something. You don't have a right, because they literally told you in 2 case laws. And I'm gonna tell you what those case laws is, but unless you read those case laws and know where exactly what it find it literally, for Blessing versus Freestone, it told all mothers that it's not a right. It's merely a measuring stick for the secretary of the program, not secretary of the state, but secretary of the program, to engage it appropriately. Blessing versus, We Hunt versus Ledbetter told everybody child support, if you enforce it and that person consents to it, it's only for the absent father that hasn't been taking care of their child outside of 6 months. Guys, you're in the wrong venue. You're in the wrong venue. And the venue that you need to get to, you need to tap in and come here. Okay. Again, it's your boy Jonesville Carolinas Freedom. You can catch me at my website, JonesvilleCarolinesFreedom.com. You could catch me at my email address, JonesvilleCarolinesFreedom@gmail.com. With Jonesville Carolinas Freedom, there are periods in between them. Okay. As well, you can catch me on my work number, 980-378-3163, man. Peace.